have like IT racks in every floor, and this is the main rack. And we have our own switches and a school network, and our Wi-Fi is connected to that. It's in one port that all Wi-Fi goes, and it is like separated in the main network also from the alien. We asked them to do that. But we can also log in, and if we use the logging, we need Wi-Fi, and we can use the school resources as well. We have school server what children are using. But usually they are in separate segment, and they are just doing their own stuff using everything what's on the net.
But the server of school, it's also in this school, or it's a virtual?
It's in here, and we also use what is in outside. In our school, lots of things are outsourced. So we don't want to think that I'm not today at work and something happens, and
absolutely.
No. Yeah. It's easier to outsource everything.
And especially on those days, we definitely need to use services which already exist on the internet. We can't stay alone.
And if we have school servers, then there will be a problem that how the people are accessing our servers, and our servers can also connect only 15 people, so we don't have so much money to have these servers. And we prefer when you put this whole system up, we use this kind of Wi-Fi tools. Yeah. We use Linksys, and it was directly connected to our LAN, and everything what we have secret in our school were outside.
Exactly.
So.
And on those days we can't control anything. Who is using what he is doing? Maybe he's sending some emails to the places which are not needed, or make some other complications.
At first, when we, I think it's 2003, or it was very quite old.
Yeah, it's very early model. Yeah. It's one of the first ones.
Yeah, and there were also this management system, and we could see that we could filter things, and we could say you can connect only in this hour, but it was like a mirage. It didn't work. Yeah. So now we have the management system who does all the work, and they just spread it around.
Wi-Fi are just access points which we can control and manage, and we even can publish information with help of Wi-Fi. And later I see that we will have tools on smartphones.
But the students has to log in order to access the Wi-Fi?
We come to that.
Yeah.
First it was just access, and we used also web or something, but if I give it to one person, everybody got it anyway. So then we thought that we should have some kind of system we can monitor, because I think more than half Estonian students have laptops, mobile phone, and these kind of things. And it had to raise in every Christmas time, they have new tools. And soon we'll have Wi-Fi day, and we'll see exactly how many things they have in November. In
15.
Yeah, I have seen them on blog, and yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So this kind of tool only connects 10 to 15, I think.
No more.
Yeah.
Never more than 10 to 15%.
When we put the system up, our system was used only this, and I think 30 people in one day were connecting, and then they say, no.
It was overcrowded.
It
was not possible to use.
How many students you have in school?
800.
800. Okay, quite big.
Yes.
It's not the Linksys.
That's true.
And in Estonia we have several schools who has put everywhere Linksys. They have, I think, 12 to 20 Linksys in the house to get all the coverage. But as the school is renovated, so we are using everywhere is good LAN. The teachers don't really need, because they have the cable connection. I hope there's no class.
We'll see.
No, there's no class. And now we are using, what's the name?
That is ingenious power over Ethernet access point, which has more power and is able to use already close to 50 points at the same time.
And when students are only using like our online newspaper, it's going to be also 100.
Yeah,
but they are usually watching videos and these kind of things.
Yeah.
And testing will take place in November, so we really see, because we want them to hack the system and use.
So we just practice. We got experience how good is this system, but we definitely control all those access points by schools.
How powerful it is? It is for just one room, or it's covering part of the school?
It will flow and bounces, and we got this very interesting thing that we didn't have in third floor internet, and when we put that up, it bounces, and the third floor also have coverage. It was quite interesting. It depends where you put it. If you put it like in a metal box, it will be only this room. If you put it somewhere where it's glass and bounces, it's great better. But usually Linksys covers it's one room, the second rooms, and also ups and downs. But this is like in 2-3 rooms, because we have big walls.
It's a bit better because it's just an access point, not a router anymore. Because every Wi-Fi device is always better, which then it works on the most easiest, simple way. Like just access point.
And our idea was that the children should we should have like 2 or 3 profiles. First is just you are visiting our school. It can be limited. We can only access you to the school website. The second yours is students. We haven't done this logging yet, but maybe in the future. Yes, because the idea is our students are using Eduat Live or Google accounts or Facebook account and connected with that. If you say I'm this school students, you get internet access, but you can't spam. And when you say that you need to log in with my password, then I give you access to the school resources. It's ICT classes usually have this need. And I think that will cover our needs.
First web page.
First you have to choose
that is a Wi-Fi door.
Which kind of network you are going. We have 2 networks, one is password protected, one is open. With the open password you get the main page. Main page says you are welcome here, but we have rules, we monitor everything what you are doing. And you can accept it, only if you leave you don't get nothing. So you accept, and then they were directed to the school Wi-Fi board. It's like a radio in old times, where people can see the announcements and these kind of things.
We can share information and as well the tools, which means when we will create the utility for Android or iOS, then this utility should be just shared with help of Wi-Fi.
In Moldova they discussed that they are a little bit afraid that the children will start to use very much these socializing networks and they will not do other things. So you can monitor this?
It is possible to block, but in Estonia and in ST school we are not very fond of idea of blocking, because we are talking to children. I'm asking to not to use because it is not a school subject, and I want to change the children's mind, not to restrict things, because at home or everywhere else they can use the tool anyway and do the bad things there. But in school we should teach them how to use this tool. And in our school Facebook is a learning environment, so I can't block it anyway.
And even the motto of our school Wi-Fi is the Wi-Fi is for educational reasons here, not for any enjoyment.
And our school motto is be creative and make it all happen, what you want. Because in our school we want to have different people, different ideas, different solutions. And we don't want to really restrict anything. So because only what is the restriction do? They only want to find the other way. Or they are going here and using their mobile access, and then we can't do nothing, because if they want to do. But I asked the teachers to use MSN in their classes if it's the problem. Then we do the group work with MSN, And children see that they have a lot of learn. They don't know the real tools and things what they can do. And with the Eduard Live, we have school MSN anyway for every children, up to 5 grades.
Okay, so from which year you started to use? This is the first experiment. You have another experiment before with Linksys. So from 2002, you said, yeah?
Yeah, 2002 it Linksys is.
Yes, it was the first generation.
Yeah.
On Thursday it's already need to be more advanced.
Yeah. Then we had renovation. We were in other schools and we all used Wi-Fi because we didn't have only 1, 2, 3 rooms and computers. And the principal said, okay, I will be in my bus, but I'm using Wi-Fi. But we did that. And when we come back, we had pretty good LAN and everything going on, but we didn't put Linksys up because Veljo said that it was not very correctly done because all your school resources and principal materials were outside. So we needed to get proper solution for the schools. And now we are talking about this in the other schools also, and they are seeing that it is a problem because when you want to restrict something, the children will hack your system. And when your resources are there, they will hack the principal files only because of that you have restricted Facebook. Why we need that?
Yeah, okay. So, like to understand, maybe my colleagues will be interested to know how many of such kind of equipment, technical tools you use.
We have 3 these and 2 Linksys, and it covers. It only don't cover our main hall, the assembly hall, because we don't want the students to be this when we are talking to them. Yes, but this is the room where we have seminars and things. This is needed. And we don't have coverage in the other side because it don't go there. It's only music class and also extra what they do with the hands. This kind of class.
Yeah, hand making.
Yeah. But we haven't yet covered how far it goes from the gym on these kind of things. But so. I think in 15 we will test it with the students.
Yeah, absolutely. But the amount of clients who are able to use
and how far.
And how far.
So
because when we had Linksys, it went. I think when it was in the window, 100 meters.
Something like 100 meters.
So I think these were cover more.
So, like you said, you have a person who is dealing with everything that is connected to this Wi-Fi and technical. So you have a person responsible for this, who is controlling this.
Me.
Yeah, it's only you.
Yeah.
You are doing the computer class also.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm a teacher. I'm a ICT manager. I'm a development manager. I outsource a lot of things, and that's why I have the time to make the management working. And we have a firm who maintains the computers. I tell them these are problems, you have to fix them, and I will not install things, usually.
Okay.
And I'm also doing these educational programs and...
so, in my mind, it's quite close already to be a university, which means IT stuff in university is not so much better than this.
But how many tools you have, like development tools for children? So you have this system that they connect to internet and see this e-school.
Yeah.
And how others? You use Facebook, you use MSN, like create group works to promote?
We use e-learning system Vico. Then we use Eduard Live. This is Microsoft. They have this SkyDrive with the files. They can share materials, make groups, emails, share. Then our teacher said that they want to use blogging. They don't want to use other systems. We have tried several in these years. We have also connected with the materials in school web. They didn't like that. They want to do their own blogging because Web 2.2, they are more interested in that. We are using several like survey systems and whatever they want to use. Now we are gathering these tablets, computers, and these kind of things.
Really important move because we see what is happening.
The main problem is that the funding in Estonia is also quite low, and my only idea is how we can make the new national curriculum happen from Estonia is ask students to get their cares in school. So we have everywhere where there's electricity written that load your laptop here, so your computer is welcome to our school. But teachers, they don't like it because they are also afraid of this Facebook, but we have to teach them. Because I think...
So change the mentality that internet is a tool for certain reasons. Yeah. You need to learn those reasons, not tools.
But how much the teachers are using internet or internet resources to the class or teaching? They are using?
Yeah, because their main idea is this year they ask, I have to have projector, after that this. Now we have, I quite think in every room soon will be projectors. Then I will take training for them. And also train the students to help the teachers, because the technical stuff is sometimes still too new. But e-school in every day, every class use it. Blogging, YouTube, I think in every 2 classes. We have 60 teachers, and I think 25 of them are in Facebook and doing their stuff there. I have the e-learning, my art teachers have the learning space.
So
in blogging and...
We need to learn teachers as well.
Yeah. Blogging is very common in our gym classes, art classes, elementary school. So whatever they want to do, I support them. But we have the main tools what we are learning in our school to use. Because some schools, when you visit in Estonia, they say we can do everything. But every teacher uses their different tool. And the ICT person is saying, oh my God, I have to know so much. But we have the set of tools what we are using, and everybody's using them, and the students are using them, and it's easier. Like we have one system, Windows 7, and we don't have XP anymore. Because of that, all the school went in test. So you see, our school computers are pretty good computers. But if we could have only XP or Windows 7, I couldn't divide my school into that. Then it will be, when we have less good computers, then it's XP. We also have Linux in our school, and we are using Linux in this way that this is the teacher computer, but here are 2 or 1 Linux computer that is used to the students. This is why that they don't know much about Linux, but they know about the internet, MSN, and their tools. I did the same in Linux, but they don't know how to hack the system yet. So it's easy for me to maintain the system. If it's XP or 7, they know how to change something or something. So this is the trick, and we have to teach in our computer 2 systems. I have this Linux, but I don't really teach them. I say that they have their individual computers for them, and if you come to our classes, you can boot up your computer, whatever system you want. Because our things are on the net, whatever you use.
But are you able to apply to some kind of funding from the state in order to develop new ideas connected with new technologies?
Yeah, there is Tiger Lip Foundation who says the new ideas, but the foundation is like 50 school, 50 the foundation, the money. And usually, not every school gets it, you have to have a good idea. But if you are average school, for you something like we are doing is already so fancy. So they usually don't get the funding. Only these schools get who have some crazy idea. So we have Apple schools and we have kind of things. I got the funding for QR readings. This is the small marks. We put it in our books. And every student who reads the books can access further data from the website. But we have gathered their links, we have gathered their videos, like Lord of the Flies. You can also watch it in the YouTube. You don't really have to read the book. This is pressure for the teachers, because now children are watching the video at home and saying, oh, I read the book. And they have to find what is difference with the book and something. But they have to do more in the classes, or just watch the video with the children.
And
so
one idea more, we with Birgy have an idea to start use smartphones and iPads as well, just to attract youngsters to collect information about the culture, about the nature, about differences between human beings, to the map, and later to discuss those topics on the class.
Yeah, it's
to see how easy it should be and how comfortable it is and how they should use those devices.
It's the Foursquare system and also Google map system. We have all our cameras, mobile cameras have GPS inside.
Exactly.
So we are going around in this area and gather materials after we analyze them. We have this kind of project that some of the students are stay at school, some of them are away. Who are away have to give information, and the presentation should be in school, and the grade is what they are doing in school. The others must provide information. Exactly. So these kind of things make it all happen.
And as it should be a competition between those youngsters, it will be attractive. It's just learning and relaxing as well at the same time.